Ken Penders is a good writer, better than Ian Flynn ever was. See, y'all already off a beam with this one, yo. But nah, I think the whole thing with Ken Penders is like it's one of those moments where it's like you make a contribution to something and it like, okay, let's say it does good, but then it's like now you think you're the shit now. You think your contribution made something to what it is today, and it's like, nah, not at all, bro. I think that's just the whole thing with Ken Penders. I might be wrong, but it's pretty stupid either way it goes. Sonic with shorter quills typically clears longer quills. See, personally, I don't give a shit. But if there was anything that I had to say about this, I think that debate pretty much pertains to, you know, what kind of game Sonic is put in, and like, you know, the atmosphere and what kind of tone they're going for within the game. I think that's what makes these debates pop off as much as they do, because I mean, like I said, I couldn't care less, but you know, I get why some people would, like, you know, want him to look more serious or look more older in one kind of game, and then look kind of like what the short quill has going on and whatnot. So yeah, pretty much I don't know what to really say about that other than that. So yeah, this art style is fucking awful. I wouldn't say I disagree, but I wouldn't say I agree either. Looking at Uekawa's art style now compared to back then, you couldn't convince me that his now art was worse than his back then art. But at the same time, I could understand why people like this art and still do like this art and this art style to this day. So I mean it did everything that it could to make Sonic look even more cooler than he already was. So I mean, I respect it for that, but I wouldn't say it's better than, you know, his current art style though. Generations and Unleashed are overhyped in my opinion. Like, I think they're neat, but I haven't really bothered to play much more after I beat the game. Honestly, I can get behind that with gens. Looking at the past times I played the game, excluding the times where I didn't have any access to them yet, it was always accompanied by mods. And don't get me wrong, I think Generations is a great game on its own, but the replayability is hard carried by the mods in my opinion. It's not a bad thing though, but I feel like it's halfway because of those mods that Generation is gassed up to the level it is now. I can't really say the same for Unleashed though, because I'll find myself picking up that game on a whim, whether it's the SD version or the HD version. I don't know if this counts or not, but I really never cared for the Chow Garden.
What? Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Then die.
Nah, bro, leave the room. You're done. Exits that way. 06 easily has the worst soundtrack. I just want to know, what kind of thought process do you have to think that this is okay to share with the public, bro? Like, what goes through you niggas' minds every day to make y'all think that this is okay to say? JP Sonic is a boring, generic, lame shonen protagonist with no charm. See, I have nothing to say to you personally, but I know that side of the community is going to want to have a nice, peaceful talk with you about this kind of thing. Elise kissing Sonic was a good scene. You know what? I can respect this kind of take, not just because it's bold and daring or whatever, but when you think about it, it literally gave us one of the greatest supersonic transformations in the series, if not the greatest. I don't care at all about that one-sided romance that Elise had grew to have with Sonic, or the fact that she kissed him on the lips. Shit's still weird, but I don't care. But something about the Chaos Emeralds actually being the miraculous wish-granting gems they were said to be for once, and reviving Sonic, who somehow was not even dead yet, into Super Sonic, that shit was cool as fuck. The music was great too, and the atmosphere was just as good. And then on top of that, it led into a triple threat that no one has ever seen before. Yeah, I'm not gonna go there, but the point is that shit was raw.